I cannot really go in the classroom wearing all these rings, because instead of watching what I'm showing him in the form of presentation, he might be distracted with all these fancy things. So the very first thing the director should do is to make sure.
If I was wearing those big, huge things that will make sounds while I am working, the child will be doing this and that. But this is not, so the very basic can remain.
You cannot be a teacher, a trained teacher, unless and until you apply these rules. Rule number 1, before giving the presentation, isolate the area where you're going to present. Once again, the reason behind that is that the child would be distracted by this, or maybe the glass. So there should be nothing on the table, the place where you're going to present. Before presentation, the director should check the material. As you saw, I was doing that. I was setting and making sure everything is complete. Because if I take the child and I tell him that I will show you how to do pouring, and for giving presentation, isolate the area of presentation, check the material before giving the presentation, and the most important rule, the most beautiful rule that makes Montessori system the consent of the child. What is that? Let me involve you. Can anybody make a lucky guess as to what that means? A little more than that. At home, nobody ever asked him anything. So most of the time, when the child comes to the Montessori school and the teacher goes very nicely and says, would you like to work with me? The child usually says no. And he feels so good that I have the right to say no. But when he sees that the other children are working and the material and the activity is so important, he actually comes to you that I will place where the material is kept, and we will tell the child that today we are working with. You give the name of the material with the help of the child. Remember, EPL makes the child independent. We are coordinating his movement. So with the help of the child, we bring the material to the place where I'm going to present. Sitting on your right hand side and you're doing the pouring, you're going to block him. He won't be able to see. So let the child sit on your left hand side. And once again, one of the best rule of the Montessori system, you tell the child, watch auntie very carefully what I'm going to do. After that, the rule is, do not present from the other system, the nursery system, the kindergarten system. The teacher is speaking so much. Look at auntie, I'm holding it. Now I am doing this. Do not explain your action. Let the child observe. Once you are done, invite the child. That is called exercise. What the teacher shows, that is called presentation. So we shall begin shortly with the EPL presentation.
I'll take them to you.
How to hold a tray. Oh, just watch me. Come along with me. Come on. Have a seat. Did you hear any sound? No sound. Did you hear any sound? No. Would you like to hold it like that? Yes, try it and keep it here. But you hold it again. Don't hold it again. Oh, that's lovely. Would you like to continue working with that? The material like that? Let's go and put it back. Let's go and put it back. You think you can carry it for auntie? Sure. Can you do that?
I can.
You're a big girl.
What was the aim of that material? What was the aim of that presentation? As the name suggests, showing the child how to hold a tray and how to carry a tray. Then there are many indirect aims. What could be some of the indirect aim the child must have gained through that exercise? Because Han and I, when he was holding it, he was focusing, patience, concentration. There is something called point of interest. The whole tray, the size, the weight, sometimes the design. What could be the age of this presentation? just 2.5 years old. When the child comes to the Montessori school, all the negative qualities, all the deviation in his personality disappears once he begins to work with these exercises. EPL presentation are the very first thing that is introduced to the child, along with language, when he does rhymes, poem, conversation, and so on. It really settles him down and it normalizes the child.
How are you? Oh, you're wearing such a pretty dress today. I'm Auntie. Would you like to work with Auntie today? Come along with me. Hey, this is a jug. What is this? A jug. Today I'm going to show you how to hold a jug. Okay, that was a Chinese head. Alright, now look. Come. See? Watch Auntie very carefully.
Mike. If Mike.
I'm not speaking right
Correct.
now.
Okay.
Continue working with this? No. Tomorrow maybe? So we never leave the material? We never leave anything like that? We're going to put it back in its place. So let's go and put it back. Okay, thank you. I'm not doing that, continuing the process of putting it back. But right now, each of the presentation, remember even Sir Shamim pointed out that Maria Montessori repeatedly says one thing. It is the children who taught me. I did not have this method. I observed the children and I came up with a method. So EPL presentation is the only presentation where you can add many exercises, you can subtract, and you can change according to the culture, country, climate, and the child. Look, I was showing the child how to hold it like this, and this jug is child made. But when the child, although she's an adult, when the child was working, naturally she felt the desire to support it. So there is no hard and fast rule for EPL presentation. Once you bring the jug, if it's an empty jug, you can just bring it directly like that. If this jug has a water and you're carrying it, you need to support it. So everything will be according to the child's age, his physical and mental need. So the holdings there are the basic. How many things we can teach the child how to hold and carry in the later exercises. Okay. So and actually we just have about 1 hour and 15 minutes. We cannot have all of EPL. From each group we are going to show you a few of the presentations. So I'll move to something else and then I'll select a child also. I'm going to put this back.
And say what your questions also.
These are beads, okay? And we call this threading beads. Okay, can you carry this? Auntie will carry the mat. Who can help you with that? Can you unfold the mat for me? I just want you to watch me very carefully. Hey, this is a shoelace. It's a long shoelace. You want to check how long it is? It's pretty long, isn't it? Okay, now look what I'm going to do. Auntie can wear it like this. I can even use it as a hand bracelet. See, nice, no? Alright. Now we can't leave it here. So, I'm going to show you how to take it out. Look. There you are. Oh wow, you did that? You're a big boy. Okay, you can show me, Auntie, how to use it as a bracelet or a necklace. Oh, so you can make one for Mama. Oh, that's nice. But we can't leave it like that, so take it out one by one. And we never leave the material here, so we're going to put it back. Okay, you can go and put it back. You know where to put it back, but the teacher should go. Okay? Alright, leave it here so I can explain to you. Thank you so much. Can you see the presentation becoming more and more difficult?
Yes.
Can you see the span level of work increasing?
Yes.
And patient developing? And then we were using muscular coordination, the large motor skills. And now you're moving into the refined ones. Like imagine, a 3-year-old child doing this. Very, very quietly. When this child was doing it, he was putting it with making so much sound. But the children, he was folding this exactly like the way Auntie did. So you do your presentation precisely. You see, my movements are very slow because it is not for me. When we adults do something, we do it so quickly because we want to do so much in little time. The child has all the time in the world and he does it at his own pace. So another rule for the prepared environment, that is to... I speak so loudly, I need a mic. Another rule for the prepared environment, that is to give the child the freedom to choose his own activity, give the child the freedom to repeat for as long as he likes, and let the child work at his own pace. You can't tell the child, hurry up, time is up, come on, wind up, pack away. You can't do that. Hello, how are you? Would you like to work with Auntie? Okay, come with me. Isn't this a pretty basket? And these are pegs. Auntie is going to show you how to peg a basket. Carry this for me. Carry it.
Once again, I want you to look at me very carefully, what I'm doing. And look.
To give sort of information other than the course book. If you call one expert, she speaks